something. This exercise we can continue doing in our WhatsApp group on a daily basis. So, Mujib, it's over to you. You're going to handle one chakra every day with this kind of request in WhatsApp.
Okay.
Since we all are here live, we can do group healing, right? And we've been listening to the conversation, reading the conversations in the group. Mujib, it's okay, no? We can
Yes,
continue.
please. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So we thought of, in fact, focusing on the group healing today. And there were some requests in my private chat also, and I've said, okay, fine, come forward during the webinar so that we can address as a group, because I always feel that when we do the group healing, the effect is multifold because you are getting the benefit of so many people's blessings. And it's so important. So, whoever would like to come forward for healing, and trust it's not just you who's being healed, everybody who participates also get healed, and many more people around. The effect is multifold and reaches several people at a time. So feel free to open up and just present your issue, however trivial it may appear to be. Let's start.
Sounds amazing. Anybody would have
Are
something?
we? Yeah. So are you in a position to speak just now? Hello, just unmute and speak. That would be easier. Uh, Hi, Shaila. Shaila's here. Okay, Arvi, I'm unmuting you. You're difficult to unmute. Okay, we take somebody else meanwhile because Arvi, I'm finding it difficult to unmute you at the moment. So try and see if you can unmute yourself, Arvi. No mic at my end, sorry, can't speak. So next time when you join, make sure that you join with the mic on. Just test your mic so that it's easier, because just following the chat may get a little difficult. Anybody else meanwhile? You're welcome, Arvi. Yeah. Anyone? Anu had some request, right, Anu? If not, we will continue with Arvi's chat then. Okay, Arvi?
Yes, Atman, I'm here.
Yeah, sure. Hi.
Hi.
Anu, let me tell you, this recordings could go to the social media. So speak only what you're okay talking in public. You don't have to get into the details which you may not like to share or which you would like to keep private. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Sure. Over to you.
Yeah. So right now, I don't know about what to do regarding the finances. You know, what work can I do? What?
Okay. Um, are you willing to do something about it?
Yes, I want to, for sure. Somewhere I had read that if you do something which you thoroughly enjoy, the money just follows. You know. And something which you're good at. So one thing that I feel I'm good at is listening, but I don't know how just listening can get me money. You know,
Oh,
I mean, I can be there for people. You know, I have all the time in the world. If somebody wants to call up and they want to just, vent out and just talk, I'm there. You know, without trying to advise them or try to uh, make sell something. I can just
sure.
be a good listener, but I don't know how that can create any kind of income for me.
Okay. So when this kind of question comes, first thing first, you can use R5 and say I R5 my unawareness. So we
Okay.
all have a question, you know. I'm sure most of us want money and more money than what you have. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of money, there are most people who are ready to receive something more. Okay.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
not much, then there are some people who want something else. We all, I mean, it's been a pre-planned story that you have a desire for something, if not spiritual experience or deeper meditation or something like that. So and you don't know how to get there. So first ask yourself a question, that how do I put in the question, following the words, follow the words, like how do I make more money, or how do I cook better, or how do I look after my children better, or as
Mm-hmm.
I've said, Saloni has said, how do I balance between my material and spiritual life? And Komal is saying, how do I handle the pain, right? Pain in my fingers. Okay, how do I manage the pain? So ask that question and say, I R5, my unawareness.
Okay.
Yeah, say it for
Yeah.
a few more times. All of us will say, I
Okay.
R5, my unawareness. I R5, my unawareness. Continue. I R5, my unawareness. I R5, my unawareness. I R5, my unawareness. I R5, my unawareness. I R5,
I
my
five
unawareness.
man awareness. IR5 man awareness. IR5 man awareness.
I R
IR5 my
my
unawareness.
I R
IR5 my unawareness.
I R
IR5 my unawareness.
I R five
IR5 my unawareness.
awareness. I R five
IR5 my unawareness.
I R
IR5 my unawareness.
I R five
IR5 my unawareness.
I R
IR5 my unawareness. IR5 my unawareness. IR5 my unawareness. IR5 my unawareness.
Okay,
IR5
what's
my
the next thought,
unawareness.
Anna?
Somewhere there seems to be like a block.
Somewhere?
Yeah, there's a block.
Hello? Hello? You can type, Anu. You're not audible right now.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well. You had muted your mic for some reason.
Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, so I think there's some kind of a resistance to making money. And there's a feeling that I don't have to do it, somebody else should do it for me. Hello?
I think Atman's video is stuck. All right. Um, so you say that somebody needs to do it for you. You don't need to. You don't want to do it on your own. Is that the feeling? Hello.
I don't feel capable that
Okay.
I can generate that kind of money for myself.
So let's R5 the capability and see what comes up.
Okay.
Let's just say I R5
IR5,
my capability.
my capability.
I R5 my capability.
IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability. IR5, my capability.
What,
IR5, my capability.
what comes up when you say that? Hello.
Yeah. Um, the feeling that I will not be able to. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because I don't have the the skills, to make big money. I'm not
Okay.
qualified.
Okay. So before we address any qualification skills, let's all together address our self-doubt, and then we'll see what comes up.
Address?
Go through that. So I R5 my self-doubt.
I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt. I R5 my self-doubt.
What's coming up when you say that?
So there's a feeling of overwhelming, that it's very difficult to make big money.
Okay. So let's say I R5 this overwhelming feeling.
I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling. I R5 this overwhelming feeling.
So what comes up when you say that? How are you feeling now?
It's creating a lot of kind of some kind of a heat in the body.
Okay. Where do you sense this heat?
I sense it in my forehead
Okay.
and my stomach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of stomach and forehead, where do you sense it most?
More in the head.
More in the head. Okay.
Yeah.
So now basically, okay. So basically, around your forehead, at the third eye, where we have all our visions, dreams, and ideas
Mm-hmm.
stored. So, do you want to see and say and see how it resonates with you? If you say, I R5 my visions related to money, I R5 my visions related to money. Can you say that and see if it
Yeah.
resonates with you?
Yeah. I R5 my what's that?
Visions.
Please repeat.
I
My
R5 my visions and ideas
I R5 my visions and ideas. I
related to
R5 my
money.
related to
Money.
money. I R5 my visions and ideas related to money. I R5 my visions and ideas related to money. I R5 my vision and ideas related to money. I vision and ideas related to money. I R5 my vision and ideas related to money. I R5 my ideas and vision related to money. I feel that what is coming up with is a lack of clarity. I lack clarity.
Okay, let's work with that. I R5 my lack of clarity.
I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity. I R5 my lack of clarity.
Okay.
While I was saying this, what came up was that when my mother passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and and that time I remember saying to myself that what is the point of earning and making a life when you got to leave everything behind anyways.
Mm. Mm.
And also the fact that I don't have any children, so why should I make a big and why should I make anything, because who am I going to leave it to anyways.
Mm. Okay. So
So these two
let's
things came up while I was saying that.
yeah. So let's say I R5 my conflict.
I R5 my conflict. I R5 my conflict. I R5 my conflict. I R5 my conflict.
It's all right.
I R5 my conflict.
Yeah, let's do one thing before we move on to conflict. Let's address that grief. Um, let's say I R5 my grief.
I R5 my grief.
We R5 our
I
grief.
I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief. I R5 my grief.
Anu, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How was your life before your mother passed away? How was your basically relationship with your money or material life before your mother passed?
It was, it's never been with my family. It's never really, money has always been a struggle. We've
Mm-hmm.
always had to think twice before spending, big expenses, holidays, and stuff like that. We managed the
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day stuff. We managed okay, but there was
Mm-hmm.
always this lack that we cannot afford this, we cannot afford. So that always has been there. Even when I got married with my in-laws, also it was the same thing. With my ex-husband, it was the same thing. So money has always been an issue.
Oh, every time you had the issue with money?
I'm not able to hear you too well.
Hello,
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
hello, Anu.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Every time you had a sorry, Anu, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Were you able to hear what I said?
No, I wasn't. It was like,
Sorry. Okay,
wasn't
it
clear.
was some connection glitch. So
Yeah.
every time you had struggle with money,
hmm
how did it make you feel?
I've always, it made me feel inferior. It made me feel less of a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we work with that? Can we say we R5 our inferiority complex or
Yeah.
inferior feeling?
Yes.
I
Feeling.
R5
Yeah.
my
So
inferior feeling.
I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. I R5 my inferior feeling. Yes.
Anu, I think Mujib's just net has dropped. So we'll continue with what else do you feel? What else do you feel when you think of the struggle with the money?
What else?
You
So
said you
yeah,
felt
so
inferior. Yeah.
yes. So while I was saying that, what came up was that I remember my mother making a statement
Hmm.
that I will never I'll never make it in life. I'll always be like a failure.
Okay. Okay. So let's say hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So we'll just say R5 that
R5 my
feeling of being a failure. Feeling of
I
a failure.
sorry.
I R5
Yeah.
my feeling of yeah. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
Okay.
hear
So
the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I was getting disconnected. So I'm back.
Yeah.
So I R5 my feeling of being a failure.
I R5 my feeling of being a failure.
Hmm. We'll continue that.
I R5 my feeling of being a failure. I
Hmm.
R5 my feeling of being a failure.
Hmm.
I R5 my feeling of being a failure. 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 I R5 my feeling of being a failure.
So now what do you feel?
This
Any
thing
thoughts?
about Yeah, it's like, I failed in my marriages, I failed in life. I feel that I'm not really good for anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we'll archive that. Not so you feel not good enough.
yeah, that I'm not, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So we'll archive my feeling of not being good enough.
I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling
Hmm.
of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of being good enough. I archive my feeling of not being good enough. I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of not being good enough. I archive my feeling of being not good enough. I archive my feeling of not being good enough. I archive my feeling of not being good enough. So,
So
while
I
I'm saying
feel
this,
okay. Yeah.
sorry, you're saying
No, no.
something?
Please continue. No, please say. Yeah.
Yeah, so, while I was going on saying this, I just felt that I was being very selfish and taking away so much time,
Hmm.
and focusing the thing on myself.
Hmm. Okay. So I
Mm.
archive my feeling of being selfish.
I archive my feeling of being selfish. I archive my feeling
Hmm.
of being selfish. I archive my feeling 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 of being
Selfish.
selfish.
Hmm.
I archive my feeling of being selfish. I archive my feeling of being selfish. I archive my feeling of being selfish.
So what do you feel
Um,
now?
while I was saying that,
Hmm.
somewhere the word special came in,
Okay.
and so the thing is about I don't deserve to be treated special.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't deserve to be treated special. Okay.
Yeah. So whether
So
it's
we'll
by
archive. Okay. Hmm.
yeah, whether it's by a person or whether it's by universe or
Okay. Fine. So I archive my feeling that I don't deserve to feel special.
I archive my
Feeling
feeling of
that I don't
not
deserve to be
that I don't
feel
deserve to
special.
be special.
Hmm.
I archive my feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I archive my
No, it's
feeling
fine. It's
that
fine.
I don't
It's
deserve.
fine. You can take your time. It's fine. Till then, if I request everybody in the group, if we could affirm this in our minds, it could really help. I find my feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I'll say it for you.
Okay.
I'll find the feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I find my feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I find my feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I find my feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I find my feeling that I don't deserve to be special. I have a feeling I don't deserve to be special. So, were you ever told in your childhood about not being special or something, or you don't deserve it, or you? I mean, do you remember anything like that?
Yeah, my brother got more attention because he was a special child. He
Okay,
had muscular dystrophy,
okay,
so his needs were more special.
mm-hmm, okay.
Yeah, so he got more love and he got more attention.
Attention. Okay.
Yes.
So when all that happened, what did you feel?
I felt that I had to do something uh, also to deserve my parents' love.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I had to. I had to be a good child.
Okay. So we can say I asked him I need to be a good child to be accepted.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I R5 my
Need to be
need
a good child
need to be a good child to be
to be
accepted.
accepted. Yeah.
Yeah. I R5
Okay.
my need to be a good child to be accepted.
Hmm.
I R5 my need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 my need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 my need to be a
Need to be
good
a good
child.
child. Hmm.
I R5 my need to be a good child to be accepted. I would need I
I asked
R5 my
him
need
I
to be
need
a
to
good
be a
child
good child
to
to
be
be
a good
accepted.
child to be
Hmm.
accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I need I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted. I R5 I need to be a good child to be accepted.
Matt, what are you thinking? What do you feel now?
I'm feeling definitely I'm feeling more composed.
Okay.
Uh, and and the thing is about like how long am I going to keep waiting to be accepted?
Hmm.
You
Okay.
know, and to be by others. You know, and to be at the others' mercy.
Okay. So let's say
Yeah,
R5 I need to be at the other people's mercy.
IR5 I need to be
At
at the other
others'
people's
mercy. Yeah.
at others' mercy. IR5 I need to be at others' mercy.
Yeah.
IR5 I need to be at others' mercy. 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 Wow. IR5 I
What
need
you
to be at
feel?
others'
Hmm.
mercy.
Continue.
Yeah, it's like it's like some kind of a relief, some kind of a
Hmm.
release.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Yes, IR5 I need to be at others' mercy.
Hmm.
IR5 I need to be at others' mercy. 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 IR5 I need to be at
Hmm.
others' mercy.
So
IR5
why
I
do you
need to
feel
be
you
at
have to be
others'
at the
mercy.
need of others' mercy?
Because I feel that everybody more is better than I am,
Hmm. Okay.
uh, and they have more power than I have.
Okay. So you feel what? You feel weak? What do you feel? That you don't have power?
Yeah, I feel powerless. I feel
Okay. So say
yeah,
I ask
and
him, I
that
need to feel. Okay.
and lack of confidence. Yeah,
Lack of?
confidence.
Okay. So we can do both, whichever you feel more comfortable. I ask him, I need to feel lack of confidence.
Okay, I R5 my need to feel lack of confidence.
Hmm.
I R5 my need
Or you
to
want to say
feel
I
lack
add
of.
five, I need to feel powerless. Which one resonates better with you?
I think the powerless
Yeah,
one
okay.
sounds
So
better.
I add five, I
Yeah.
need to feel powerless.
I R5 I need to feel powerless.
Hmm.
I R5 I need to feel powerless. I
Hmm.
R5 I need to feel powerless. I 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 R5 I need to feel powerless.
So whom did you see as powerless in your childhood? Was there anybody you saw who was powerless in your family or someone?
I felt that my brother, I felt he was, because he couldn't move around and he was, he was at the mercy of
Okay.
us, because he could not do things for himself at all. He was completely dependent.
But okay, so because he was powerless, you felt he got more love and attention?
Yeah, and I feel that as I was talking to you, I felt that, because he was dependent, he got
Hmm.
more attention.
Correct.
So this is a trait I have
Yeah.
developed now. I have
Correct.
developed now that I have to depend on other people
Yeah.
so that I can get the love and attention.
So you have an association of being powerless with attention. So that's why somewhere because of the association you attract feeling powerless so that you can get
Yes,
love and attention. So I think that's
yes,
a
absolutely.
great clarity that yeah. So I think we should first R5 that association in us. So I
Okay,
R5 my association of being powerless with love and attention.
okay. IR
Hmm.
five, my
My
association
association of being powerless
of being powerless with
with
love
love
and
and
attention.
attention. Yeah.
With love and attention.
Yeah.
Okay, IR five, my feeling of
Association
association of feeling
of being,
powerless
yes,
with
love and
love and
attention.
attention.
Yeah. So because
IR
you have an
five, the association.
association, you always attract being powerless. You always
Yes,
attract
absolutely.
experiences that make you feel more powerless, even if it is financial.
Yes, totally.
So even financially, people you feel a certain kind of independence and some kind of you don't feel powerless if you there's an association. So it's all aspects of your life you kind of experience that. So
Okay.
continue. Let's.
Yeah,
It's important that we work on this. Yeah.
IR five, my association of feeling powerless with love and attention.
Yeah. Hmm.
I IR
Add
five, my
five.
association of feeling powerless with love and attention. R five, my feeling of powerless with love and association. R five, my association of feeling powerless with love and
Love and
attention.
yes.
IR5, my feeling of feeling powerless with love and attention. IR5, my feeling, the association of feeling powerless with love and attention. IR5, my association of feeling powerless with love and attention.
So how do you feel when you say that?
Yeah, it's like, a very peaceful feeling,
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. So how
a
would you
lot of
like your association to work
stillness.
actually?
Yeah.
So how would you
Sorry?
like to get How would you like to get love and attention? Instead of feeling powerless, what would you like to feel?
I can feel, I can be, I can be powerful without feeling, without wanting the love and attention. So there's also this feeling about craving, which is coming up. Is that craving for the, for to be loved and
Okay. Okay, fine.
to
So
be loved
we
and to
can
be
work
accepted.
on okay, I can the need to be loved and I R5 my need to be loved and accepted.
Yeah, I R5 my need to be loved and
Accepted.
accepted.
Hmm.
I R5 my need to be loved and accepted. I R5
Hmm.
my need to be loved and accepted and wanted also.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted.
Hmm.
I accept I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted. I R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
R5 my need to be loved, accepted and wanted.
Hmm. How do you feel?
Like a stillness, I feel still.
You feel still?
Yeah.
Okay. Feel peaceful?
Yes, very.
Okay. We can also, so when we're working on that association, would you like to form a new association and say that the more powerful or confident I am, the more love I receive.
The more,
The more, whatever resonates with you, so the more
yeah,
confident or more powerful I am, the more love I receive.
okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Whichever
So,
one you want to say, yeah.
yeah.
So
Somewhere
this,
this thing, about it is okay to be powerful, there's
yeah,
nothing
it's
wrong with
perfectly
it.
fine. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so for me, I think that R5, the feeling that it's okay to be powerful because somewhere,
Okay, you have the
uh,
resistance.
yeah, because I'm normally seen that people who are very
Yes.
powerful
Hmm.
can abuse other people, can take advantage,
Hmm.
can be manipulative. So somewhere, I give myself the permission to be powerful.
Yes. So you can say, even say I R5 my resistance to accept my power.
Okay. I R5 my resistance to accept my power. I R5 my resistance to accept power. I R5 my resistance to accept power. To be powerful or to
Okay.
accept power.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Which one?
Powerful is good.
Yeah. So I R5 my resistance to being powerful. 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 Yeah. Yes.
You feel good?
Yeah. I
Good.
can be powerful. Yes.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So it's actually dot on 9. So we
Yeah.
can leave this at that. I what I would do is I would read a group message for everyone from the Radical book group. So we can
Okay.
say that tonight before all of us sleep. Yeah. So I'll just open the message for us. Okay. So the message for the whole group is that a lot depends. Okay, it is good to be responsible, but it is far better to do what you're doing with the feeling of devotion. As you flow with love and devotion, you will be able to do the right thing at the right time, in the right manner, that which would just be appropriate for the given moment. A lot depends upon the reason behind your sense of responsibility. Is your sense of responsibility arising out of guilt, out of regret of any kind, or out of preconditioning carried from childhood or society? Is this a borrowed habit, or you are naturally responsible in nature? When you reach out to others out of a sense of responsibility, most often you do as per your beliefs, need to defend your shortcomings, or compulsions to contribute. However, when you contribute out of a sense of devotion, the receiver feels much more fulfilled and enjoys your contribution because your contribution is more likely to match the expectations of the receiver. I think this is more for. I think it was so meant for me because we a lot of time we do things out of responsibility and not really out of love and out of that care and that devotion. So if the whole group can say this, and maybe Anu, you can say this with me, I R5 my sense of responsibility.
I R5 my
I
sense
R5
of
my sense of
responsibility.
responsibility.
I I
I R5 my sense of
I
responsibility.
find my sense of
I
I
R5 my
R5 my
sense of
My
sense of
sense of
responsibility.
responsibility.
I
responsibility.
find
R5 my
My
sense of
sense of
responsibility.
responsibility.
So
I
the final
R5 my sense
affirmation
of
for this is I serve with love and devotion. It's so beautiful.